Hello, I'm Marina Brown. I am the Liberty Union candidate for Vermont Auditor of Accounts. The Office of Auditor is ostensibly nonpartisan. It performs three types of audits. From the website for the Office of the Auditor, we see this description of audits performed by the Office of the Auditor. There's performance audits, the state financial statement, and the state single audit, which looks at the usage of federal funds by the state. I would add one more type of audit, a transparency audit, which would focus on turning Vermont from a state with very poor transparency to a state where government business can be accessed on standardized portals for every agency. The guidelines for the work I would like to do would be transparency for the government and privacy for the individual. There should be transparency of all publicly funded agencies and institutions, including but not limited to hospitals, nursing homes, and schools. These institutions should prominently post both physically and on the internet important information, including CEO compensation, infection rate, graduation and dropout rates, etc. They should offer free access to all non-personal records. The burden of enforcement of public records rests on the state. I'm in favor of removing most of the exemptions listed in the public records law. It is in the public's interest to know what type of software is used to store private information. It is in the public interest because people need to know the security that protects private information. It's in the public interest to know how expensive the software products are. My office will push the state to use open source software wherever possible. Open source software tends to be more secure than proprietary software, and it is free to obtain for the most part. The state of Vermont should endeavor to use open source software wherever it is reasonably possible and contribute changes back to the software project for the greater social good. I will push that the state properly release improvements made on open source software. Open source software is more secure because many eyes are looking at it. When you use stuff like Oracle Forms or Microsoft, that's proprietary stuff, and it's not clear what is secure or not. I'll also use technology in the service of transparency. I'll use stuff like Secure Drop or Global Leaks to ensure people feel safe reporting corruption, waste, and other serious problems in government and with government officials. Every county and town should have a truly anonymous drop box for people to report corruption, crime, or government misconduct. I'll create a central portal or website for the public to access information released in the service of transparency. In the past, the Burlington Police Department has done something like that. I've done public records requests of them, and rather than sending me the data, they post it on their website, which is the way it should be. Any public records request information should be posted for all to see in the interest of more transparency. My office will aggressively defend individual privacy, including people who want to drop out of shared medical databases. It may be convenient that to have these shared medical databases, but as we know, these big databases almost always get compromised at some point. People who want their privacy protected should be able to opt out of them. The state must reveal all funding, services, and equipment received from the federal government and private individuals or corporations. Any and all civil forfeiture must be subject to public records request. Civil forfeiture has been a major site of abuse in the United States. Any actions or in service of immigration control must be subject to public records requests. I would ask you to consider these ideas to try to make Vermont a transparent state. The more people know about their government, the more faith they may have in it. Thank you. I hope you will vote for me or at least consider my ideas in November. Goodbye.